Hey everyone, and welcome to the very first Midsummer Scream live stream. And we're going to be taking a live tour of the Mystic Museum. Yeah, let me get off this music. That is Curtis RX and Creature Feature with Sometimes They Come Back, Revenge of Slashback Video. So without any further ado, let us bring in our guests from the Mystic Museum and elsewhere. Let me turn off that music there. Wow, that was loud. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello.
We have Erick and Kiko here all the way, look at that, at Slashback Video in Burbank. How you guys doing? Oh, wait, hold on. There you go. Sorry, I muted you. How's it going over there?
Good, we're doing great. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for joining us today. Just tell me a little bit about Slashback Video. What's going on over there?
So Slashback Video, as some of you may know, immersive experience, kind of bringing back the old mom and pop VHS rental stores. It's, you know, part museum, part art exhibit, part immersive experience. This is our third year doing it with Ryan and Clara, and we absolutely love doing it. It's one of the only exhibits we keep on bringing back.
That's great. How are you guys doing? You guys opened up just a couple weeks before the quarantine, correct?
Yes.
Just about, yeah. Like 3 weeks prior, yeah.
And it was going great. It was amazing. Great turnout. We love the support.
And then how are you guys doing now with stay at home? How are you guys staying busy?
Well, we're still working almost every day, so we have to kind of like revamp how we do things. Obviously, you can't come to the museum, and when you're in a museum and the big part of what you do is interacting with people, and people have to come to the museum to see it, it makes it a lot harder. So we've been doing things like revamping everything to be more online accessible, so all of our products and merch is now available a lot more online. We're launching a lot of new things. Our new web site gets released tomorrow, so you'll get to see a whole new website that we did. We're doing a lot of online content, a lot of videos. We started this Mystic Museum TV, which is basically utilizing the IGTV and putting old content that we haven't really posted before and longer videos that was harder to post up on there, and then creating new stuff and also doing a lot of new live streams. So we're kind of keeping the gears turning, you know, so we're just, you know, making sure that we can still bring the museum to the public.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's bring in your co-curators here, Clara and Ryan Turek. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How you guys staying busy with these stay-at-home orders?
Gardening.
I'm doing better than she is, I think.
Yeah.
I'm busy. Work has got me busy. So, but I have Fridays off, which is awesome. So I'm cleaning the house.
Nice.
Very cool. Tell me how the collaboration here came together for Slashback Video. How did it all begin?
Many moons ago, we were having dinner talking about how cool it'd be to kind of do something like this. I think what was that, Tom?
There was Everything is Terrible did a very fun immersive experience with the Jerry Maguire VHS tapes. And I mean, you know, I'll be honest in saying, it was, you know, that was definitely the inspiration, because it was like, what if someone actually did a real mom and pop video store experience for a generation of horror fans, specifically horror fans, who are being raised on the digital era of, you know, simply going through their Roku or their Apple TV and not getting the tangible experience of being able to walk into a video store. I feel like the kind of pressure of, you know, what you want to watch that night is paramount, whether you're in a video store experience or watching something on your digital device. But I just want to kind of give them that. We wanted to give them that experience to kind of enter into a time capsule and make it feel like they're back in the 80s and experiencing, you know, the mom and pop video store vibe, and being able to see VHS tapes and touch VHS tapes and admire their artwork and possibly, you know, find a few titles that they've never experienced before.
That's awesome. I know I have a blast going through it. It is definitely a throwback to the 80s and early 90s. I love it. A question for all of you guys. What video, like horror video, do you think works best watching on VHS better than any other format?
Well, I mean, there was a whole time, there was a whole period where there were only films that were shot specifically on VHS. So, you know, there's a film called it's called Things. There's another one that I was just watching the other day, Screen Dream, I believe it's called. You know, these are films that were kind of DIY and shot specifically on VHS. So, you know, I don't think those films marry to the digital age very well. So if you're watching it on VHS, I think you're pretty safe to get the full experience.
Yeah, I also think it's a lot of personal experience, what kind of resonates with you or what's nostalgic to you.
Yeah.
You'd much rather watch it on VHS. A lot of that is the previews that happened prior to the movie, the feature, and it kind of, that part kind of like brings back so much more memories than live streaming it and not seeing all that stuff you used to see before. And then, because then those previews are the same time that the movie came out, and so you're like, it puts it all together into this one time period in your life that you're like, I remember that and I love this movie, and you don't really get all of that within live streaming or streaming or just on DVD. DVD was able to add bonus features, but I just think, you know, being able to see it on that format you originally saw it is just some comforting.
Very cool. Well, let's get to it here, and let's take a peek at the museum.
Let's do it.
By the way, I do want to say that we have not actually, Ciara and I have not been able to step into Slashback videos quarantine, so we miss it and we cry ourselves to sleep every night, missing Erick and Kiko and our partnership with them.
Definitely missing Erick and Kiko.
And
yeah, it sucks, but you know, we'll make the best of it. I mean, this is one part, you know, so we have ideas of what to do when you know, they slowly start lifting the quarantine and we're allowed to do more interaction with customers. We're going to try to obviously stay as safe as we can. Yeah, but we want to be able to at least get people in here when we're allowed to. It'll be a slow and you know, small process, but I think we could do it. Maybe not so many people at once, but we'll figure it out.
Hey, Erick, upside down.
We're upside down?
Yeah.
All right, let me take it off of the thing.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to get back in there as well. I mean, part of it is that when we put this together, we spend so much time with each other, and we really do become like a small family, and it sucks to be away from each other and away from the exhibit too.
No, it's strange. I mean, like coming here all the time, and it's like lights out, come to work, and we still do like online orders and things like that, but it's just so eerie and quiet, and it's sad to know that like all these weeks have passed by and no one's really come in.
This is
so weird.
The first time in a while we put on all the lights. And
well, talk us through it. Tell us what we're seeing here. This is the counter.
Yeah, so this is the checkout counter, which this is featured in many different forms in all of our Slashback exhibits. It's one of the things that, you know, I think Ryan mentioned right off the bat when we were discussing doing this together, that we have to have this area. And
it's the checkout counter, and it's also used as a great like photo op and such, so you could go behind here and like pretend that you're working here.
What I really love though, what Erick dreamt of is that background there to the outside, which is just so amazing, and like good on you, Erick, for thinking about doing that.
So here's a little concept. So basically, you enter through that door, which we, you know, put all the old 80s signs on. You know, it's much more than just a VH horror. It's also like what you would normally see in a mom and pop store. Not always, you know, 100% professional or 100%, you know, decorated perfectly, because they didn't always put all their money back into the store. And I wanted to kind of capture that with little details of things that aren't always perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing too is that this incarnation, which is our third incarnation of it, now has a narrative element to it. So you're kind of getting a little bit of storyline, and based on that storyline, we tried to make it a little bit more authentic in the smaller details throughout the shop that just make it feel like you're entering into this world that is the Slashback video world, where a world in which a video store actually existed like this. And you'll get to meet like not the customers, but the employees and stuff like that once you enter into a certain area.
And this right here is basically our version of one of those standees you would see in the movie theaters when you go to see the movie. And it's 3D, which is really cool. And definitely want to incorporate all of the photo op elements that we normally have in the museum itself, but still keep the vibe of the mom and pop VHS store.
Yeah. And keep in mind, all of this stuff is all ours. I mean, it's collectively all of our stuff. And Bill Neal, who has been a longtime sponsor of ours, definitely contributed in some major ways with some incredibly rare VHS tapes and beta tapes and stuff like that.
And tell us about this collection. The videos themselves, I know, are a combination of actual video, actual vintage VHS cassettes, and some that have been made just for this.
So all of the stuff that's in our new release section is kind of a mixed bag of contemporary films on VHS as well as fake films on VHS. Rob Schraub contributed an entire shelf that is from Schraub Home Video. You get titles like Shark Hotel, Halloween 3 Part 2, as you can see, Blood Gravity. If you pick those up, he created a synopsis for each and every one of those movies. But if you look below, there's some other titles. The Adele Hello. Someone made a fake horror movie as if Adele was in a horror movie.
It's pretty rad.
So good. But the rest of it's all authentic VHS tapes.
Yeah, and like there's ones that the movie itself, these newer movies, they put them on a VHS as a promotional thing or marketing tool, and I love it. I think it's a great idea. And we'll go over to this section that actually, this is the thing that our artists, this is our art section. So Mystic Museum always has an art show incorporated in every exhibit. So why not do it here? And we were thinking the best way to do an art show is to have them make their own VHS covers.
That's pretty amazing.
And they're all available on our online store too if they haven't been sold.
And show us a couple that haven't been sold. Like you think we need to sell now.
Which ones do we? Well, there's Colton Trans. He does this all out of broken vinyl records, and it's really amazing.
That's pretty
and
cool.
I like how he captured the Freddy lean so perfectly, the way he just leans and stands. We'll go on this side and show more.
Yeah, this one's really rad. That one's cool. And then this one is awesome. I love them when they do like the 3-dimensional aspect to the art as well. And then this one's sold Robert Heckman's. It's pretty cool.
This one's really cool. This one's actual oil painting.
Yeah.
And people can find the link to buy these by going to your Instagram page, The Mystic Museum.
Love that one. Yeah.
Yes. So our new page is going to be themysticmuseum.com. So we actually got the domain name, and you could also find the link in our Facebook or Instagram page.
Very cool.
And
these are giant tapes.
I was going to say, I see the comments rolling in, and someone had asked if these tapes are for rent or if it's just an art installation. This is purely just an immersive art installation, and consider everything in Slashback Video as a piece of set deck or a prop. It's supposed to give the authentic video store experience while you're getting your photo ops and narrative experience. But everything is just like it's like you're walking into a film set, more or less.
Yeah, and then it's also because we do the original VHS tapes. It's also kind of like a museum exhibit.
Yeah.
So you're seeing some of the first pressings. This is our horror classic section. And on this side, we have for the kids, which got to have the goosebumps.
For sure.
And then when you come to the exhibit, we usually have a VHS on playing too. So it's.
This is actually being played on a VHS player on an old 80s TV. This is what we're playing right now.
Yeah, Headhunter.
So you guys have the tapes. What else do you guys? What other pieces were made for this show? The awesome, obviously the cashier checkout display, but I know you have some other pieces as well in there.
So we went ahead and we made the signs ourselves and everything like that. Some of them we had to go get custom made, like the neon signs. That one was made ourselves. We have, what else? There's a sign
we were going to say we should give a shout out to Curtis from Creature Feature because he also does arcade refurbishing, like the Splatterhouse you see there. He created the skin for that for both of those arcade games. And the one on the right, that green one you see there, is actually for sale. Splatterhouse we're holding on to. Sorry.
Yeah.
What a good purchase! Now while you're stuck at home, you can play an arcade stand-up game.
I know.
Yeah, then the other things we built ourselves are just the photo ops in themselves. So behind this door, we're not going to show this just because we want to leave something for you guys to see when you come in person. Is part of the narrative aspects that he was talking about, where you enter through a break room first or the back door, and that starts the whole narrative aspect.
Yeah, that's your entrance into the Slashback world, and basically, just to give you a tease, you are treated as if you are a new Slashback video employee, and you have to watch a training video.
Now, I know I used to work at a VHS video store. Who else here has?
I have. I worked at Blockbuster.
I never worked at a VHS store. I worked at something similar, when like a record store that had VHSs, but that was only like 1 or 2 days, and I was like, forget this. I stood there. I was the guy that stood there and swung the keys on the little scrunchy keychain, and I was just like, I don't like this. Yeah.
Well, this is fantastic. And then we're taking a peek at the rest of the whole Mystic Museum.
Yeah, so what we do is we kind of like mold everything together as part of the rest of the museum. So when you come in here, you'll see little hints from the new exhibit. But then over here is another photo op that's part of Slashback, which is our Nightmare on Elm Street 2 bedroom scene, or the dance scene, however you want to describe it.
And we have to start. I have to give a shout out to Kiko and Erick for building these photo ops. I mean, we're generally busy, like kind of getting Slashback set up and moving tapes around and figuring out what posters are going where and da 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 da. But Kiko and Erick, they really throw everything into these photo ops. It's incredible.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
No problem.
So as you can see, we have the little like Easter eggs that were in the movie. Like, and you can be like, oh, I remember that little thing that really meant nothing. And well, that kind of had a little connotation in the film, but I really love to add those little tiny extra things that if you know the movie or you're a huge fan, you just love seeing that little tiny extra.
Yeah. And to the right is another little tease. I don't know if we want to show it, but right behind you is another facet of Slashback that ties into the. It's kind of. Think of it as a button on your narrative experience. Yes. So after you've walked through the kind of break room and through Slashback, you go into the coming attractions room for one more little nugget.
Yeah,
and you walk in a phone ring, and then you'll know what to do.
It's really cool because it's that puts a little more an immersive experience into this exhibit.
Yeah, I was definitely most excited about the narrative element that we put in, and unfortunately, those are the parts that we're keeping to ourselves for the time being. But that break room is really something that I'm super proud of. That back room, and kind of how you enter into the exhibit itself. It's really
yeah, it definitely doing something different made this exhibit so much more fun than it already was to recreate and build and keep going.
Yeah, we constantly, I mean, every year we do this, we really have to push ourselves to do something different, because otherwise for us, it's no longer fun. So it's definitely been really important to us to find what makes it worth coming to and what makes it worth doing.
That's great. Oh, sorry, wrong window. There, that's a little bit better. So yeah, bring us back to the counter there. Show us some of the awesome Slashback merchandise as people.
So we have our Slashback merchandise. It's in our video return bucket. So we have a limited edition posters. I think we only made 100 of these. So these are for sale on the online store. They come with a backing board and sleeve for the protection. We also have.
Also, Mark Schoenbach did the artwork for the Slashback video this time around.
This is from this is the Revenge of Slashback. This is from our last exhibit. So we have old school lunch boxes. Then this is new, and these things didn't really come in until the quarantine happened. So some people might not know about this, but they're for sale online. We have our character Tape Head. These are air fresheners for your car.
Yeah.
These really cool.
We're gonna come by and get ours. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I have a gift bag for you guys.
6 feet away though.
Yeah. Patch.
Got your patch.
Oh, cool.
Those are great.
What?
Yeah.
When did you see those?
Those came
We're
in
on there, man.
I know, we got them right before.
That's this quarantine
happened.
putting us out of touch.
Right?
Those are cool.
What about these keychains? You've seen?
What?
Oh, what? I gotta
those
come
are great.
get a bag of.
So the thing is, you guys already knew about this, but they took a long time to get because quarantine slowed down.
The end of the world
businesses.
happened. Yeah.
The end of the world. Then we have these, which
you don't know.
Yeah, those are great.
Enamel pins.
And then
Kiko.
Our 80s Big Gulp style cup.
Great for smoothies.
Yes.
Nice idea.
It's great when you're watching VHS. Fill this up with your favorite soda. Got that. And then our T-shirts for this show. So every show we have the limited shirts that are specifically for the new exhibit.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, every time we do an installation, we always run a line of shirts with original artwork for that particular show.
Yeah.
So
and then
kind of become collectibles. We do a couple different shirts every run.
And we always do a staff shirt, but this one kind of hits a little more home for this specific exhibit since it does have that narrative aspect as if you're entering as an employee.
Yeah.
With
and then there's all our sponsors.
Yeah.
Maybe we should name our sponsors. Red Coffee, who sponsored this one. Fangoria, which you could see Slashback in the new issue.
Yep. Next Massacre, Bright Rags, who does all of our T-shirts, and Fourth Horseman, which is a great pizza and beer joint down in Long Beach, and then obviously Bill Neal, who is a lifelong horror fanatic and awesome sponsor of ours. He's been a big supporter of ours
from the very beginning.
From the very beginning, yeah.
Yeah, and this one definitely has a really awesome vintage vibe to it, which was great. So
it fits this shirt. That's probably my favorite cut of the shirt.
Yeah. So that's what we have, and you should definitely stay tuned to see how we're going to slowly allow people to come to the museum. It'll be a little different, obviously, but it should be hopefully once they allow retail stores to allow a smaller amount of people in at a time, we'll definitely be able to allow people in individually. We're still working that out, but we're gonna obviously adhere to what the mayor and what the governor is allowing us to do, sterilizing and cleaning everything, masks, all that fun thing, which is now a new part of my style, I guess.
Yeah, I think everybody has to start incorporating masks into their styles somehow.
Yes.
So we're reading through the comments here, and there was a question: do we plan on extending the Slashback run because of the unexpected closure, and is there an end date? We do anticipate extending the run. We're unsure as of yet for how long. That's a kind of a thing. I don't know.
For discussion, but
for discussion.
I mean, the heartbreaking thing is we only lasted 3 weeks before we had to go into quarantine. Yeah. So, you know, based on attendance within those 3 weeks, you guys have shown us how much it means to you, and you know, we want to do this for you, as, you know, as horror fans, and you know, we want to support the horror community. So obviously, I feel like once everything is safe, you know, we are going to want to gather around one more time, you know, once again, and enter spaces like Slashback. So, you know, we're all discussing, you know, how long it will run, but we will extend it, of course, so you can all get an eye on it.
It'll definitely be extended, and you know, we just want to see all of our friends, family, and customers again.
Yeah.
Well, this is great, guys. I really appreciate you spending the time with us. And I know everybody watching is probably super excited, if they haven't been yet, to go and visit. So I think with that, I'll give our goodbyes. But thanks again for being part of this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you.